Hey, Rad World, welcome back to the Rad Podcast. Today we have a kind of random podcast going on. We've got a rotating cast of guests, and let's get through them. I'm Tony Walters.
And I'm Wes Carter.
And our first guest is Dan Murphy. Come on down. All right,
hey,
Dan.
never met you guys before.
You going to pull that mic into your face there, Dan?
There we go. I like it right in my face.
Right in your face.
All right. Dan is the editor of the RadGames podcast and or RadGames show, not necessarily podcast, but he's the editor of RadGames. He's also of HM&M Films, and we're shooting a movie together here soon called House of Horrors 2.5.
2.5 Slaughterhouse. Yeah.
So, Dan, what's going on?
That we're doing it like next week.
Right, and I need to read
Next
that
weekend.
script still. So
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, you should read that. You know, honestly, a lot of the time I read the scripts and I break them down in my head. Most of it just stays in my head. Like, I don't like to make notes of things. Do you? What was that?
that was a weird noise.
It's his house.
I don't know. The only movie, we shot June together.
Right.
And for that movie, I wrote the script.
Right.
And then for some reason, I thought I had it in my mind. And then the day of shooting, I was like, I need to reread this stuff when we were shooting on it. But to be fair, you read that script like the morning of or something.
Yeah.
And you were the main character in it, so.
Right.
Or one of the two main characters in it.
I like to go to locations and just kind of, I read it, go to the places, kind of just play it out in the place.
Right.
And then, but yeah, when you do it like that, the problem is you assume that other people know what you're thinking. So when you're there and you're doing it, it's like, I forget that I didn't say, you guys got to do that.
Right.
Because I've already visualized it, but you know what I mean? Like, you forget that you haven't said everything to somebody. It's weird.
Yeah.
Instead of going, here's my notes that everyone can read.
Right.
How many
correct
projects
way.
have you worked on? Would you say that a script has been involved?
There's always a script. Always.
Except
But
for my project.
they change. Well, yeah, you're trying to write one.
Yeah. Hey, I'm writing one now.
There's always a script, but it does alter itself over the time. Like, normally when we get to the end script, we've already wrote 3 versions of it.
Right.
And then when you get to the end one, as I said, when you get to a certain location, some scenes might not work quite the way they are written in the script, because when Tom writes a script, he writes a lot of the detail. He writes some of the camera shots he's picturing.
Yeah, he's got it.
But when you get there, it might not always work. Or we've had a situation where we were about to film one and one person didn't show up, so we had to kind of rewrite the whole thing on the fly. So things happen when you're low budget.
What movie is this as far as number wise? Like how many
That I've worked on?
Yeah.
Boy, hold on. 1, 2, 8. 8, I think. Yeah, 8.
Wow.
Yeah. It's fun.
It is fun. I played a character in your last movie, Blood Moon River, and also did some audio work on that.
Yeah.
And kind of helped edit.
Got the feel about how we do things, though. I mean, we're pretty laid back.
Yes, got a feel about how you guys do things, and it was a great group of people to be a part of.
I like to pick good people. I think that you can work better with a good person rather than someone that's like, I don't know. A lot of the time, I do auditions, but a lot of the time it's based on how you click with somebody, and you can just tell when someone's going to do a good job at it. You can just tell.
Right.
And I go on a lot of that, and it's worked so far. So I'm going to stick with it. But, yeah, I don't know. Good judge of character, I suppose, maybe. But
yeah.
Right on. I like to eventually get to that point to where I'm writing scripts and working on real shit, you know.
See, I'm not the writer.
Yeah.
The guy that I do this with, his name's Tom Commissar, and he can write a whole script in a week.
Yeah.
And it'd be like a novel. We've got 5 scripts finished that we've just not had time for.
Yeah.
Time for, budget for. Some of those are pretty massive.
Well, yeah, because some of the ways some of them are written, it's just like, how in the fuck are we going to even think about doing that?
Right.
We're not at that stage yet. So we've got some really good stuff kind of just sitting around to where, if we can get more money or we can get, more attention or whatever, we can knock out some really good ones. But,
right.
I mean, he can write so good, he could just somebody could find him.
Yeah,
buy
Tom,
his
you
scripts.
pitch an idea. If Tom likes that idea, he'll knock you out a script in a weekend.
He's amazing.
He's a really good
It took
writer.
me almost the first movie I did was one I wrote, and it took me almost 3 years to write it.
Wow.
And Tom will write a script in a weekend.
And Tom can fucking write one in a weekend.
I feel like I would be more
But
along the lines of...
when it comes to the writing thing, though, we do a lot of I mean, you know how this is. We do it. Like, there's a lot of conversations. There's a lot of time talking and hashing it out, and you really kind of lock down exactly what you want, and then Tom will write everything: characters, dialogue. No, I mean, there'll be different characters. It's amazing to read some of his stuff.
I bet.
Yeah, he's a good writer. I can't do it.
No?
You said you don't like to write, but
I don't... I've never really attempted it, man. I've attempted a couple, like, small projects with my buddies, and I've always said I want to do it the way you're supposed to do it. I'd like to write something and then follow the script through and, like, through to the end. And no one ever wants to do that. They're like, oh, let's just wing it, man.
you do.
Let's just wing it.
That is
And
exactly how
doesn't-
you do it. You can't wing it.
It does not work, yeah.
Even with some of the stuff we do in some of these, like some of the scenes are intense. You know, when you're doing like horror movies.
Yeah.
So you got to build their energy up, and one of the ways to do that is to kind of allow a certain level of improvisation.
Right.
Because it just makes it more realistic.
Right, I agree with, like, a certain level, but...
Yeah, but there's always got to be a script.
There's
you
gotta be
can't
at least a
finish.
guideline
you
of
can't,
some sort.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
do a feature film without a script. You just can't. It
Right.
would be never. You'd never
Yeah.
get it done. So yeah, you are correct. Maybe write something. Let's make something.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm down.
Yeah, we got movies in the works, man, and you are
There's so
more than
much,
welcome to
so much going on.
to be a part of these things. Really,
Totally, dude.
definitely.
Right on.
That's why there's kind of a nice little. I like the group that we have. Everybody helps each other. Everybody's got a kind of a skill. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's a good person to be around. So it's just it's a nice group.
Right on. Yeah, I definitely like to dive a lot deeper than I'm currently.
If you're free next
Going.
weekend, swing by and
Yeah, next weekend we are shooting a movie, so if
That's
you want to come by and help out,
you'll be
I
diving
could use
in
an assistant probably.
diving in the deep end.
Yeah, man. I'd be down for that, for sure.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And by next weekend, depending on when you're listening to this podcast, might be this coming
Might be
weekend.
tomorrow.
Might be tomorrow. Who knows when this podcast comes out? Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hey,
I think that's all the time we
Hold
got
on,
for you.
wait. I got one more question.
Yeah.
Where are you from? I'm sure you get...
I live
like,
a couple blocks that way.
originally you were born here?
No, I'm from England.
Right. I knew that.
Yeah. Do you know England?
I don't.
Because a lot of the follow up question I normally get is, "Oh, what part of England?" Most people don't know.
Yeah.
If I could said anything,
Yeah.
but I'm from Crawley.
Okay. I have no idea where that's
Yeah.
at. But no, dude, it's just... you're literally like the second person I've ever met with an accent, you know, from
what
overseas.
was the accent of the first person you
I
met?
don't know. It was only like maybe a year ago, and I went with Sean to buy his car, and there was some dude there, and I was like, "Oh man, that's the first time I ever heard a guy with an accent." I don't know.
I don't hear it anymore.
I'm a weirdo.
We're from
man.
a small town.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, man. I look
was a
forward
good-
to
good
possibly
handshake.
working with you in the future.
not possibly, definitely.
All right, Dan, send in the next guest.
And then the next victim.
Yeah, next weekend we're shooting House of Horrors 2.5, which is like it's like a live action cartoon is kind of what they do for the House of Horrors movies. It's like a bunch of clowns doing really terrible shit to women and other people and kids and just killing lots of people. But the way it's edited together is very cartoony. Like when they slap somebody, it says slap. And
Okay.
it's super cartoony, but if you just read the script, you're like, wow, this is dark as shit. And then when the final edit comes out, you're just like, oh, well, that's not as dark as what I initially
Yeah,
thought.
no, that sounds cool, man. It kind of sounds like what was that one?
There's like a girl that pulls out her boobs and shoots laser beams out of them. Like, that's the kind of stuff they do.
What was that one? The Killer Clowns from Outer Space
Yes.
or some shit.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of got
Found you
that kind of an
All
aspect.
right. Sit on down, Zeke.
Alrighty.
Our next guest is Zeke Vasquez.
What's
up? Musician. What are you working on these days, Zeke?
A couple things.
Yeah? Can
Yeah.
you talk about them?
Yeah, I'm working on some hip hop stuff, and
Ooh.
then just I guess R&B. I don't know, producing this R&B dude out of Indianapolis, and then doing my own hip hop stuff with a guy named Brian out of Threshold Studios in Indianapolis. So it'll be
Cool.
pretty fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yep. it's gonna be sweet. I mean, we're just writing and stuff right now, but it's gonna be pretty dope. I mean, he's produced dudes and done music videos for like Rick Ross and stuff, so like he knows a lot more than I do about hip hop, but it's gonna be pretty sweet. I mean, we're just working on stuff.
That's exciting. I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah.
Like you do something kind of out of your genre.
Yeah,
as far as like what you've been known for.
Like he's doing a lot of beats and like that, that aspect of it, and then I'm helping him write, and I'm actually doing all the vocals on it and stuff. So
oh, cool.
Right
so
on.
it's gonna be pretty sweet.
I'm really excited to hear that.
What is like your normal genre that you?
Well, the last band I was in, they were called Islander, and we were kind of like I don't know, like we were influenced by like, Deftones,
Okay.
The Cure, like new wave, new metal, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah, they were.
so that's kind of like my vein of music, and I grew up listening to hip hop, but
Yeah, you guys
just-
kind of had like a, I don't know, like a POD
Yeah.
poppy
Yeah.
kind of, but also heavy.
yeah, it's
and
kind of like the hip hop's
you-
there, but
Right.
it's still kind of like on the verge of rock and roll,
Right.
on the verge of
It's good stuff.
Kinda
I really
spacey,
liked
yeah.
the album you guys put out together.
I'm gonna have to hear some of this stuff.
Yeah,
Sounds-
dude, for
sounds
sure.
Good.
It's good. So you're living down Indy area these days?
Yep. We live in Carmel, Indiana, and it's pretty cool down there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's cool.
How long have you been doing stuff like this?
I started touring I was 17 when I toured with my first band. And then I was just doing local bands, like touring around, the Midwest and stuff. And probably the last 3 or 4 years, I've been like nationally, like worldwide touring.
Okay.
So, my the first band like got on a label. They were called Forever at Last. We signed to Victory Records in like what was that? 2014, 2015.
Something
Okay.
like that.
And then I joined Islander like right after our first record came out, and then did a record with Islander. Toured with them for about a year and a half, and yeah, got to tour with some sick bands. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Islander's still going strong. I just saw
Yeah,
they played
yeah.
a show with Every Time I Die, and
Yeah.
he is legend. I
Yeah,
was like,
I'm actually
God,
gonna
I
go-
wish I could go to that.
I'm gonna go see them Sunday. In
Where are they playing
2
Sunday?
days. They're playing in Joliet. It's only like 2 hours from here.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna go see him. My good friend Jesse actually drums for He Is Legend. I was in a band with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go watch them with my son and stuff.
Is Every Time I Die
You
on
guys
that
can
one
come
too,
with
or
me
not?
if you want. What?
Is Every Time I Die on that one too, or
I'm
not?
not sure if they're on that show. I just know Islander and He Is Legend are playing.
Yeah, I know
so
that they're touring together. I think that Every Time I Die show was like kind of a
it
random,
was like kind of jumping on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I think that was just like a
yeah.
mini.
I just saw
fest.
that and I was just like, oh man, I need to go
I know.
to that.
I wanted
one.
to go to that. I wanted to go to that.
what
too, real
are
bad.
some of the other bands you toured with?
Korn, Papa Roach.
Damn, man.
Uh,
Some big names there.
who else?
Yeah, I
POD.
mean, you're kind of hanging out with Head a lot here lately, right? Aren't you?
Yeah, we've been hanging out a little bit. His new stuff, Love and Death, JR, which was the guitar player of Islander. Like after me and him and Aaron, the drummer, left, JR started writing the Love and Death record with Head,
Yeah.
and so they've been tracking that and showing me some stuff, and it's
Sound pretty
dope.
good?
Yeah, JR, Head wrote a lot of the last record, and was with their producer and stuff, and now JR's stepping in and helping them write and stuff, so it's gonna
Awesome.
be pretty tight. So
And Mikey's still keeping Islander alive,
yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah,
I saw
going
they got their
strong.
whole new lineup, and they just did an
Yep.
official announcement.
and
with,
I can say this. I can say this and them not get in trouble, but they're not on Victory anymore. So
Right.
it's-
Well, they just
good
announced
for them.
that. It was
Okay.
on
Okay.
Alternate Press. I read the
Okay.
article the other day because they
Okay.
did an interview.
Yeah,
and
I
they were
didn't know
saying
if
that they're
was
no longer on
announced or anything.
Victory, and pretty much no hard feelings there.
No, yeah,
They
it
just
was
moved
just
on. They
kind
just
of a
wanted to move
part of ways.
on, and he's got a full new lineup now. Like I know the fans have been asking questions like why the new lineup, because I know fans kind of got attached to you and Aaron and
Yeah.
JR. And so the fans were really wanting questions. They finally did an announcement with, I think it was Alternative Press. They just did a thing. I read it the other day, and Mikey was pretty much just saying, like, no hard feelings. We had to move on from
yeah.
Victory, and they haven't actually signed to a new label yet, but they did release a new single with the new crew, with the new lineup.
Yep.
So I listened to that. I thought it was pretty good. I think
Yeah.
I'm happy for him to keep going.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, we text all the time. We're still good friends and stuff. And he actually lives like an hour from here, so we're always trying to plan to hang out when he's home and stuff. So.
Right, I know. Last time I talked to Mikey in person, we were like, "Oh, we gotta hang out sometime and do something." And you guys went on tour for like a year and a half.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were on tour for like 10 straight months.
Right.
Like I was just like, oh man, well, I guess we're never going back home. So
right,
and that's kind of a thing. Like that's why I left. I got my third kid on the way any minute now. Like,
dude, me too.
Really?
Third, yeah.
Oh wow.
I know.
Congrats, man. When's your due date?
Well, not anytime soon, but it's like February, March.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
Dang, man.
The third one.
Yeah, my wife, she's due Monday.
Oh,
so I'm always checking my phone, like,
right, just
what's going on? Yeah, taking off a few days for that. So, but yeah, I quit because it's dedication when you're in a band. It's
definitely,
especially a touring national act. It's like you got to kind of there's a separation line between family and the road.
Right.
So and being a mid-level size band, it's like I don't have my own tour bus yet where I can bring whoever I want with me. It's like we're touring in a van, maybe a bus sometimes, but everybody's together.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room for everybody's kids because I know Aaron's got kids and a wife. And,
yeah. So
it's like
it's just kind of like, and my friend offered me a job and a salary and everything. It was just kind of like perfect timing.
Yeah.
So I took it, and that's where we're at now. And the band, it's like I'm still a fan of Islander, even though I'm not in it and stuff, and always keeping up with Mikey and what's going on with the other dude. And the guy that replaced me, it's like we were friends. He was tour managing for a band called The Funeral Portrait.
Okay.
And we kind of hit him up when I was leaving, and everything kind of just worked out. So
cool.
So how do you feel about your decision to do that, like based on like going with family over? Because I know that has to be hard for a lot of people to to do that.
Yeah, people say like, oh, like kind of people tell me like, how do you feel like quitting on your dreams and stuff? And I'm like, your desires and dreams kind of change when you have kids. Like if you really care about your kids and want to raise them right and stuff, it's like not bashing people that tour and have families and stuff. It's just for me, I couldn't consciously raise my kids and tour at the same time, especially being that small of a band right now.
Right, if your kids were older, it would be different. Yeah, but your kids are all pretty young. It's hard to raise your kids and only see them 1 month out of the year.
Yeah, like Heidi, I missed walking, which is my 2-year-old. I missed her starting to walk when we were on a tour and stuff. So it was just a little rough for me, just because family was such a big deal to me growing up. Like my dad, mom were always there.
Right.
So for me, it's like I want to give that to my kids. So that's just what I'm doing. So
it's cool.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, thanks for being on. I think that's all the time we got for you.
Sounds good. All right. Peace.
Yeah. All right. Send in the next guest on your way out. Find somebody, drag them in here. Yeah. Yep.
Man, so far the first 2 guests make me feel worthless.
No, dude. Everybody's striving to achieve. Zeke and I went to high school together, so it was like I've known him for a really long time, and him and I were trying to start a band project in high school and stuff, and he was one of the, if not the only person that I know of my high school that have been in bands that actually went out and toured and kind of succeeded to an extent of actually signing on a record label and going on tour. And he's toured with Korn and Deftones and
man, it sounds like he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Zeke.
I mean, for people around here, he's done a lot of stuff.
Right, and he's a really good dude, down to earth. So
yeah, for sure, I like him.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, so if anything, it gives you something to strive for. You're like, people from this area have made it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's
something we could do.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
it's cool. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Where's the next guy?
I don't know who the next guest is, but it could be one of our friends who's just drunk, because there's a party going outside my house right now.
Oh man, I was gonna ask that dude. The craziest story from the road. And
crazy story from the road?
Yeah.
There's some crazy ones. I know that they did a tour on a cruise ship that was, it was just it was a cruise ship. They're just trapped on a boat with tons of fans and just drunk naked girls. And I think only one of the guys in the band was single at the time.
Oh yeah.
So he was just
knee deep.
And everybody else was like, "What's going on?" All right, we got Charlie.
Come
Join
on
the
down.
podcast.
Hold on, I'm coming.
You know Charlie from the Rad Games channel. And from probably
I'm
our
that
last
guy.
podcast.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Charlie, what's going on?
Not much. Not much. Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
What's up? What are you guys doing?
Just hanging out.
Just having fun?
Hanging out.
We
Yeah.
doing things?
We had 2 pretty good interviews. You gonna top Zeke's tour
No.
with Korn and shit?
Yeah. Yeah. Most likely. Most likely. I was talking to Zeke outside, so there you go. Yeah, I just talked to Zeke, so I did it. No, I don't have any good stories though. No.
No.
I mean, I probably go on.
Yeah. I know that you've been indulging in a little Rick and Morty season 3. How's that
I
going?
have. It's going well, but it sucks because no one's seen it.
I know.
So
I haven't
it's
seen it
like-
yet, so you can't talk about it.
It's like
I'm sorry.
Pickle Rick, man.
Pickle
That's all I
Rick.
gotta say, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I've
too
definitely seen enough about it to kind of.
I'm gonna let you guys continue to talk.
Okay, whatever, dude.
I don't even know this dude, man.
Get to know me.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Just don't make it the awkward silence though.
Yeah,
have
yeah, we
problems.
can't do that. So,
No.
all right, tell me the craziest story that you think that you have.
Oh man.
Just something.
Oh, man.
Just give me something.
Craziest story.
Okay, tell me
That's
about.
a hard one.
Have you ever blacked out?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't.
damn
I've
it.
been drunk a lot and never blacked out.
All right.
Been really good at that.
That is good, man. That's the exact opposite of me. Every time I ever drank before, I would black out.
Oh,
Every single
really?
time. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
I don't know if it's something that like a neurological thing, but eventually I got to the point where even like I don't know six or so beers and a couple shots, dude, I'd black out, and it was always a bad time. I'd turn into Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, man. It was
Damn, dude.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't drink no more because
Yeah,
of that.
yeah,
But,
that's understandable.
yeah, abstinence seems to be the only thing that works.
Right. Well, I don't drink either. 'Cause it makes my stomach hurt.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Okay.
I just feel gross after I drink anyway.
Dude,
So
me too, right?
yeah, it's not my bag. Definitely not my
neither.
bag. So yeah,
Well,
yeah.
So, where do you work?
I don't work. I stay at
No.
home with my kid.
Dude, that's awesome.
I got 2 kids. Yeah,
Me
it's
too.
pretty great. It's pretty great because me and my wife have been together for almost 10 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, for a long time, and yeah, like I was the one working all the time, and I always had second shift jobs, so I never saw the kids. Ever.
Oh, I hear you, dude. I'm on
Yeah.
third shift, and
Dude, it
it's fucking terrible.
sucks, man. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna pursue a different career, and that didn't work out. And my wife was like, how about you stay home with the kids, and I'll find a job. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let's
Right
do
on,
that.
man.
Cool.
Hey, as long as it's like it's a mutually agreeable thing, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I was like, okay, let's try that out. And it's been like almost 2 years or over 2 years, something like that. Yeah.
Working out pretty good.
Yeah, it's going pretty great. It's going
That's
pretty
cool,
great.
man.
See the kids all the time. She's got a job that she gets home at like 4:30. So we all hang out all the time. It's a lot better than it was.
That's cool,
I'll tell ya.
man.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
cool. I wish I could figure something out in the same ballpark, but it's cool. I'm doing what I gotta do.
Right.
You're talking
Yeah.
about you being a stay-at-home dad?
Yeah.
Nice.
That happened.
It's cool.
This happened.
We did
We
talk
talked
about
about
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It'd be cool if, like, you could get a computer and edit some videos.
Stop,
but-
man. Like, yeah, I will get. I promise. Once I get back to where we're good, I will get it, and it will
Once
be.
all the vehicles
Yeah, dude.
have been taken care of, and you can save up money again because you just
Yeah.
spent it all on fixing every damn car. in
Dude,
your-
it's like every time I would come here for the last 2 or 3
It's been
two
every
weekends or something
time.
like that.
Yeah.
Like every time my Jeep has died on the way home.
Yeah.
What kind of Jeep do you got?
I got a 95 Wrangler.
Oh man, I want a Wrangler so bad.
It's so nice.
So bad, dude.
It's
It's,
so
like
nice.
my dream
It's
car.
my dream car too.
It's great.
It's weird. People are like, "A Wrangler's your dream car?" I'm like,
Well,
yes, it's my dream
It's
car.
my
It's so-
second dream car. It's like the more realistic dream car.
Right.
My original dream car is a Corvette Stingray, like an old one, dude. Like I will own one.
I'm not gonna lie, my new dream car, like I want a Jeep Wrangler really bad, and that's the practical kind of car.
Right.
But I also want the Tesla Model 3 really bad.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
but the thing about the Tesla Model 3, I don't know if you know, but have you seen the price of the thing?
No.
It's $30,000.
yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
cheap.
It's
yeah,
the
I did
first
hear that.
affordable Tesla.
I did hear
and,
that.
like affordable in the sense of like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're gonna get a car loan, like a brand new car
Right.
for $30,000 is not
That's
out of the
that's.
question.
I think that's a smart move for the folks over at Tesla, man.
Yes, it
Yeah,
really
for
is,
sure.
and it's just like the Model 2 as far as like what it has. Like it's Bluetooth to your phone, so when you walk up to the car, the door opens for you. You get in, the door shuts. It starts on its own just by you sitting in the car. Like it's fantastic, and it has
crazy.
autopilot. You hit
I
the
don't-
button and it drives its
I
fucking
was gonna
self.
say the best thing is the autopilot. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't know if I would like that, man. When I drive, I like to drive. Dude.
No,
I
you
like
can
to-
you can still drive. You can still
Yeah.
drive yourself.
Like I think I would put it in autopilot,
but-
and then I would just be like,
You still
Just to
like
make sure.
just to make
I
sure.
don't wanna-
right.
I don't
That's
wanna
what I
do
do with
anything crazy.
I do it with cruise control. I'm like my foot still hovers by it because I'm
yeah,
scared.
you just don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows
Right.
what's gonna happen? It's just a good idea.
But if you're driving like you know across states or whatever on the highway, like boom, autopilot, take a fucking nap.
See, I don't know if I could do the nap thing. Like I feel like it'd just
Dude,
be like,
hey, I mean, no, I won't go there on the podcast. It's fine. Sorry, I went there for a second. I was like, no, it's fine.
What?
I
I'm
wouldn't do that.
intrigued.
I think I know what you're getting at, but
No,
like
it's all right.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool, but like
I don't know what you guys are talking about. But let's save it for another time.
yeah, we'll save it for
That's all right.
Let's save it for
not
outside.
on the podcast.
Yeah, save for the outside. No, but the Tesla Model 3, I just saw it the other day. The price is like $33,000, and then for the luxury edition is like $40,000. Like, what is more luxury than autopilot?
Yeah, I don't need any more
What do you
luxury.
need- what do you need more than that?
luxury than that?
Luxury.
Like, yeah, luxury.
Yeah. But it also
emphasis.
runs like 260 miles, and it's all battery powered. Like
Yeah.
260 miles on battery before you charge it. That's like fucking amazing.
That is
Yeah.
crazy. I just seen that that the dude, what's Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Right? They're creating solar panel roof tiles. And
Yeah.
it's like already a thing,
Oh, yeah.
and people are buying them and shit. Super expensive, but in the long run, it's
No, yeah,
Yeah, it
definitely to save you
saves
money. in the
money,
long run.
yeah.
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 Also, they're like building some like underground fucking tunnels or some shit.
I
know
feel like
it sounds
I feel like
but-
those tunnels have already existed for a long
We're
time.
mole people?
No.
What are we talking about?
No, it's for like for transportation. Like, have you seen those where like your car drives onto this like pod, and then the pod is like what does all the driving?
Oh,
and,
you should.
Oh,
you
like a
dock.
ferry.
seen that?
Okay.
Yeah, like a underground
but,
ferry.
but a mole people ferry.
yeah, underground. And I heard it's like it's gonna be a thing. Like they're in the works of it, like figuring it all out
Huh.
and shit.
Like Elon Musk is.
Yeah,
His
his
doesn't
team.
sound like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's got a lot of solutions for what do you want to call it? Like non-fossil fuel travel.
Yeah, like alternative
fuel. That's the word I'm looking for.
solutions. Yeah.
Yes.
well, and also to make it more to just be able to drive without having to sit in traffic for hours. Because like some places, I hear
Yeah.
LA is like some people won't even go to fucking LA because it's terrible.
Or Atlanta,
You can't. You're just
stuff like that,
wherever
yeah.
you go.
Even
you have to-
Chicago sucks,
Wherever you
I mean-
go, you have to
Yeah.
add like 2 hours onto your commute just to be on
Right.
the safe side.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I couldn't
went and
imagine
saw-
like going during rush hour. Like
I went and saw a movie in
I gotta
Chicago.
get to work.
Yeah, I went and saw a movie in Chicago. The movie started at like 6, and it was like right downtown, like right next to like House of Blues and stuff in Chicago. And I was like, if it starts at 6, rush hour is like at like 5, 4, 4 to 6 is like rush hours. Like, so I want to try and get there at like 3. So I had to get there like 3 hours before the fucking movie started, so that way I could like
Yeah.
at least see the damn movie,
Yeah.
just so I didn't have to get stuck in rush hour the whole time. It was awful.
Yeah, that's
Traffic
why I
is
don't
the
do
worst,
cities.
man. It's like clogged arteries, dude. Like you're trying
Yeah.
to get shit done and you just can't.
Yeah, you just
It's
stand
the
there.
worst.
Fucking die. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it sucks. Yeah.
All right, Charlie. I think you've had your 10 minutes here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I'm doing 10-minute intervals.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Jake Paul. See you later.
Thanks for the tag.
Sending the next victim.
Yeah. We were talking earlier about Jake Paul and all of his random success, and we were like, we should talk about the podcast so we can have a tag.
God. Jake Paul. That's
Yeah. Have you seen his new music video? Talking to all the haters.
no.
It's the worst. It's like
I can't
like,
bring myself.
what about
to
all the
watch
good
any of
things
it.
that I did? You don't see that on your Insta. You don't see that on your Twitter.
Dude, I really hope for his sake that he's doing like that this isn't who he actually is, that it's just a character he's playing, because maybe he's smart and we just don't know, and he figured out that like crazy spastic fucking shit like appeals to kids and like the kid audience, or maybe he's just like that and I just feel bad for him if he is, dude.
I think that he's just like it, and he had too much success at too young of an age, and that's who he is. He's only 20.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
just, dude, I don't know. It's a different time, man. I feel like I'm an old guy. Maybe that's everyone's dabbing and shit. All these damn kids are
can I do it?
dabbing.
There we go. Oh, I just got something in my eye. Just from dabbing.
See? That's the world.
I'm
That's
too
the
old for
universe. The universe telling you
Too
no.
old for dabs, man. Can't do it. Can't do it. And who is the next guest?
Oh, shit.
Hey, it's Nate.
Oh, it's Nate. What's up?
Hey, Nate.
What's
How you
up,
doing?
man?
I'm doing great. How are
Nate, have you
you?
met Wes?
Briefly
Wes.
outside, and
Nate, you wanna scoot in the frame just a little bit more? Just your chair. You can just slide her in.
well, why was
Thank
it way
you.
over there then?
I don't know. Everybody's been out of the frame a little bit. It's been annoying me, but I finally decided to announce it. But
Thanks for making me look like the idiot. Then.
yep. That's you. So what's going on?
Not much.
No?
Nah, just mainly work and getting ready for GenCon.
GenCon, yeah.
Yeah.
I have yet to go to GenCon.
Yeah, you going this year?
I don't think so. Maybe next year.
You're a loss.
Yeah. It's like it's the biggest convention in Indiana, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it's the biggest convention in Indiana.
Yeah.
And I mean, with certain things that have happened in Indiana with former Governor Mike Pence. I know
Yeah.
GenCon had,
they threatened to leave,
right, because that's how much money they bring to Indiana every year.
and they actually are also already looking at like a second GenCon.
They probably should. I
In
mean, it's
Florida,
getting
but-
ridiculous.
That's like a week-long event, right?
It lasts from Thursday through Sunday.
Okay,
so,
yeah. I surprisingly know a lot about this from Matt and Gary's podcast.
Yeah.
They talk about they go like every single year, man, and they fucking
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
awesome. This will be the first year I'm running games as well, so
Oh, nice.
I'm like super nervous because I've ran for my friends and stuff. But
Right, but these are strangers.
It's complete strangers, and so like Dwayne is going to be in one of my groups, so that helps. And I know the guy that made the games I'm running. His name's Aloy, so I'm pretty excited about that. He's a
Nice.
real cool guy.
For people who don't know, you want to explain what Gen Con is?
It's just like tabletop RPGs. Actually, it's almost any game that you can play. So like board games, there's like huge Risk displays and stuff like that as well. So and last year they had like a bunch of video game tournaments there. There's
Oh,
Pokemon
cool.
tournaments and stuff like that. So it's just a big convention, and it's 4 days of going. The last day is family day, so a lot of kids and stuff come. But I have a lot of fun because I always learn about new games, and then I see people that I don't see the rest of the year that, like Aloy, I actually see him when I'm down there and stuff.
Right.
So.
And Dwayne.
Yeah, and Dwayne, he comes back
Dwayne's
once
from
a
here,
year,
but comes here for Gen Con.
and that's it.
Right on,
Who will
that's-
be in here
sounds
later
like a
on the
good time.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
That's cool. Gen Con is something that I've always heard about, and I go to
Yeah.
Comic-Con, and we almost went to Indie PopCon this year, and we didn't get a chance to go. But Gen Con is the one that everybody tells me I need to go to. Like, that's what I need to see. When I was at Indianapolis Comic-Con this year, there was this group of kids that were walking through. They were like, "This isn't Gen Con." And I was like, "Damn, I need to go
The
Gen Con."
Gen Con hipsters, as
Exactly.
as they're known. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I really like it. It's really nerdy, and so I think that helps.
Right.
Because the hardest part is I really like most board games and stuff like that, and even some party games and then RPGs, but then you get there and there's LARPers and there's Magic the Gathering kids and stuff like that, and everybody's just so nice to each other though. You would think
Right.
that a lot of times those kids, though they have similar interests, there's a difference, right? And so you see it, but then also overall, it's just a very welcoming.
Right, and
community.
that's why I like Comic-Con is because everybody that's there is there, mainly everybody that's there is there because they're a geek about something, and
Yeah.
whether or not you're into the same thing, you're both super fucking geeks about something, that's
Yeah.
why you're there. And that's my biggest, like, that's why I love con, like the convention circuit in general, whether it's horror cons or Comic-Cons or whatever, it's just because everybody that's there is a geek about something, and complete strangers you can make best friends with almost just because it's just like you guys have such common ground. You're just like, I'm awkward as shit. Are you awkward as shit? Yeah, let's hang out.
Yeah, I'm not like much into all that, but I think it would definitely be an experience, man. I would like to go just to have the experience,
You should definitely at least like start with a local con like Kokomo Con this year.
Start small and build your way up.
It's really true. Like if you go to Kokomo Con this year, which Rad Entertainment will be there alongside HM&M Films and Midwest Horror Fest and Garage House Studios, like all the projects that we're involved in, we're gonna have a bunch of booths there.
You seem super stoked about
I'm
that.
really stoked about it, dude. But we're gonna have all our booths there. We're gonna be like presenting all this other like all this stuff. We're gonna have our green screen up for cosplayers to stand in front of and dance and stuff. And we're gonna do a montage video like we did last year.
That's cool,
But
man.
Kokomo Con is like that was the first convention I went to. I went to that one and I just fell in love with just the culture of it. And then I went to like Valpo Con and we went to the Indianapolis Comic Con, and it was just like on a greater scale, you know. But it was fun and I really enjoyed it. And GenCon is on my list of things to go to. I just every time it comes around, I'm just like, oh damn, it's like here already.
I missed my chance to go to C2E2 this year, so I was a little bit disappointed in that. But this will be like my 4th year in a row for GenCon, so
Right on.
I'm pretty excited.
I've never been to a con in my life, dude. I like to definitely like to jump into that at some point.
Yeah, man. I mean, what we need to do, I think, probably next year is we need to go to South by Southwest.
Dude, I would love to.
I think we should try to do that.
I would love to go to Sundance.
Yeah.
Just to go. I know it's super expensive.
Right.
But
Sundance is like, I don't know. Sundance doesn't call to me so much as South by Southwest.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know, because it's more than just movies. South by Southwest has a lot of like entertainment,
music.
Right.
and it's there's music and there's also like electronics and things like that.
Yeah.
Like there's tons of those kind of booths, and that's why I kind of want to go about South by Southwest.
Yeah, I don't know. I've definitely heard the name. I don't know too much about.
I think
South by
it's
Southwest.
Texas, and I think there's two of them.
There's the main one's in Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
And that's probably the best one to
Right,
go to.
that's
if
the one I
you're
want to
gonna
go to. I want to go to that one.
And you see, like, so there are a lot of bands that are bigger now, and they all have to do like the South by Southwest thing. So they all go and play for like 3 years there and do, like the Spotify booth at South by Southwest. And Austin in and of itself is more like a music oriented town, and I think that's kind of where South by started.
Right.
And so now but it's grown.
But it's like
into
an
so much
entertainment
more.
convention, because like a lot of the times like your big blockbusters will play there first. They'll do South by Southwest.
Like screenings and stuff.
Yeah, they'll do screenings there. And
a lot of podcasts record live.
I know that Kevin Smith's been there doing his podcast. I know that Doug Loves Movies has done South by Southwest
Doug
like
Loves
every
Movies
year
does it
forever.
Every year. Comedy Bang Bang does, I think, 2 or 3 shows there every year.
Yeah.
Those are always really good shows.
Right.
So.
Like Comedy Bang Bang, like I've listened to their South by Southwest ones, and I've listened to a couple other, but like every year when South by Southwest is coming, I'm like, oh, Comedy Bang Bang. I can listen to that.
Yeah. And I think that one year they had a How Did This Get Made there, and that's usually a pretty good podcast.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff like that. So.
That is cool.
All right, Nate. I think that's all the time we have.
All right, that's fine. That's all the time I have. Sorry to cut you guys short, but I've got to get going.
Thanks for giving us your time, though, man.
I keep rounding everything out at the 10-minute mark.
Nice to meet you, dude.
Thanks for being on. All right, send somebody in, Nate.
I'll do my best.
Dude, I love this podcast.
This is good.
We're getting a mix of all different types, man.
The
All
conversation's
different breeds.
just changing. It's good. I like it.
It is good. Good stuff. Definitely a lot better than me and you sitting around talking about truck drivers.
Yeah. We had a good podcast last night, so depending on when you hear this podcast, you probably heard the Walking Dead podcast we had last night.
Oh, nice.
Because we had Dan and Becca on here, and they're the cast of Spoiling Dead, our Spoiling Walking Dead show.
Okay.
And that starts back up October 22nd, so we watched the new trailer, the San Diego Comic-Con trailer for Walking Dead, and kind of did a breakdown of that, and then the conversation just drifted from there. But
yeah, I'm glad I wasn't on that one because I've never seen an episode of Walking Dead in my life.
Well, you were supposed to be on the podcast last night,
Well,
and
I'm
since you
glad I
didn't
wasn't.
make it, well, because you didn't make it, we ended up we had Dan come in, and because we had Dan come in, we're like, oh, we got a Spoiling Dead reunion, so let's do that.
Right on.
Yeah. So we're excited to talk Walking Dead. I mean, I'm not actually a huge fan of Walking Dead. That's something. If you've watched our Walking Dead show ever, then you know that I actually don't like the show.
Oh yeah, dude, I watched the very first episode and it just, I don't know, it didn't pull me in, and everyone else like freaked out about it, and I don't know.
I like the first season of Walking Dead, and I kind of like the newest season of Walking Dead. So I'm I don't know. I'm in a weird boat as far as that show is concerned.
Right on.
All right, we got our next guest here, Dwayne Stewart.
Come on down.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How's it going, man?
It's fantastic.
Dwayne is the creator of a comic book called Lux.
Dude, that looks badass.
Just like that. I read it when I first got it, which was, man, how long ago did this issue come out?
Oh man, it was like over a year and a half ago, I think.
Right. So, but you guys are working on issue 2?
Yep, issue 2 is most of the way done, and we're gonna put it on Kickstarter. I think in October.
October?
That's probably when
Yeah,
we put it up.
go ahead.
Dude, this looks badass. Do you do all the art for it?
No, I wrote it with my friend Pat, and my other friend Myra did all the artwork for it.
Okay.
Covers are done by Lowell, which you know is Whitney's
Lowell
Whitney's brother. Yeah.
Yes,
Everybody knows
Lowell's an
Lowell.
amazing artist. If you're from here, you know Lowell. The cover art is definitely awesome on this issue. Like I could go for a poster of that.
Yeah,
But
man.
I like the art on the inside too, though. I really like. Is it Myra?
Yeah, Myra.
Yeah, I really like what Myra's done with it. I like the story. I honestly, I'm invested in the characters, and I'm sad that it's taken this long to come up with an issue.
Yeah, it's kind of a side project, so we do it
Right.
in our free time, and you know, it takes Myra a little bit of time. She gets
Oh, of course.
pretty into each of the scenes.
You can tell just looking through it the amount of effort that goes into each of the panels. Like,
Dude.
she definitely really cares about the story and the characters because, I mean, not to down on like a lot of comic book creators, but a lot of stuff can be very plain looking. Like it's like I'm torn sometimes. I used to not read a comic book unless the artwork was really good. That was the only way that I would read a comic book. I was like, nah, it's gotta look good or I can't read it.
I feel like that's how I am.
But it's the judging a book by its cover kind of thing. But
See, I think that's always a good place to start. You know, you get into a lot of those things, and then once you start to find, I personally follow writers, so
that's how I've become after I got into comics.
So I follow Scott Snyder through everything, and
everything Scott Snyder does is great.
And so you're reading Batman, and you're like, oh man, this is really awesome. And he brings a horror element to the character, and then you start reading his Swamp Thing, and you're like, oh
dude,
man,
Scott Snyder's Swamp Thing is the first time that I've loved Swamp Thing since Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. Like,
yeah.
Like Scott Snyder's Swamp Thing actually I was like, he's got wings, that's stupid. But when I just at first glance, I was like, that's dumb. But then when reading it, I was just like, oh man, he's got wings, that's awesome.
Yeah, I went to Comic-Con and I got to actually chat with him, and he's really down to earth.
Is he?
And that's kind of what got me invested to do. Finally get through and do one myself was him telling me, hey, just you got to do it. Like, you can talk about it all day, but it's just,
right.
Put it together and, take things that you enjoy and put them into whatever issue you're trying to put together. Right. He was working with Jeff Lemire when he did Animal Man, and they did that fantastic crossover, and I'm a big Frankenstein fan, as you can tell from Frankenstein being a character in Lux. And Frankenstein becomes a Green Lantern, which is also my other favorite character.
Dude, that when Frankenstein became a Green Lantern, I was like, what in the fuck?
You're like, this is the most bizarre comic I've ever read, but everything about it was amazing. So Rot World was a fantastic storyline.
Rot World is I love Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, I really, really do. But Rot World, I'm not even joking. My girlfriend Laura is a tattoo artist, and the sleeve that we're working on is a Rot World sleeve. That's what I'm doing on this arm. It's just totally dedicated to that story arc. Aside from the end of Rot World really pisses me off. But aside from that, I fucking love it. But the end is like it's a damn time loop, and it just pisses me off. They just go through a portal and change everything, and it's just like a cop out.
Gotcha. So I figure I should probably give you the pitch since nobody watching this probably knows what Lux is. And so I'll probably help you. So Lux is about a little girl, Leora, who finds out that she's inherited these light powers, and she's trying to figure out where they came from and what they're about. And she meets up with another character who is Frankenstein. She doesn't know that at the time, and they kind of team up to combat darkness that's been trying to infiltrate our world. And so they meet up with a few other characters, one being the god Dionysus, and the other being a Latino dude named Monchis, who just happens to be at the wrong place at the wrong time all the time.
Yeah,
dude, that sounds badass.
Yeah, the first issue, I really enjoyed the first issue. I'm excited to see where these characters go. I could go for like kind of just like, I don't know, more just like I just want to see these characters really work together to like combat something more so. Like there's a lot of story in the first issue, which I enjoy. Like it was a good setup, but I want to see what these characters do together.
So the second issue is really gonna dive into that. So it's gonna go beyond, set up to where Leora is coming from, where Frank's coming from, getting these characters together. And it really starts to dive into the villains that are trying to infiltrate and how they've combated them in the past and how they're going to combat them in this new threat.
Cool.
Right on. Let me reiterate on what I said before. I agree that story is absolutely king, but the reason I like the artwork so much is because it's such a specific type of art form, and I look forward to that whenever I read a comic. Like I want to see that, you know what I mean? Because that's really the only place you're gonna see that type of art.
Right.
A lot of it comes down to design. So when you're thinking about how to create what you're doing, it's form follows function. So when you're trying to tell a horror story, you need that gripping horror element to it. It needs to be dark. It needs to be like pulling you in and scaring the pants off of you. While when I'm trying to do my happy-go-lucky superhero comic, we want really clean lines, and we want everything to look really bright and vibrant. So I think that kind of pulls it in too, and it comes down to style. And so you see that when you see a lot of older horror comics and things, they're really like jagged lines and visceral.
Right. Well, even like the new 52 version of Constantine was like, they changed artists like a couple issues in because the original, I don't know, I kind of liked the original art. Like I got really into it, and then they changed somebody who was like a lot cleaner for like a few issues, and then they jumped back to somebody who was a little bit more jagged. I don't know if it was the same artist.
Yeah, they jumped off of Hellblazer for New 52 and went to John Constantine.
Right.
And they were trying to pull in all their hybrid Vertigo DC characters together, and so they were pulling Swamp Thing into the universe and pulling everybody into the DC universe rather than having them separated and kind of tangentially related. And now we're seeing them kind of back off of that. They're like, okay, they're still part of this universe, but we're going to bring back Hellblazer's name. We're going to bring it back to its roots and get down into the just kind of weird stuff that John Constantine does.
I wasn't hating on the Constantine New 52. Like I was still into it because I felt like the writing was strong enough that I was still there. But the art jump that was kind of happening was like really bothering me. I was kind of like, as I accepted the initial artist, I was like, okay, I can dig on this, and then they changed it, and I was like, nah, now it's hard to read because I'm looking at something different. But
that was the way I felt with Green Arrow in the New 52. So it started off really poorly, in my opinion. I didn't care for the art. The story wasn't gripping. It was just kind of hard for me to get into. And then Jeff Lemire came on board, and that's a killer storyline that he put together. And the artwork really just kind of, I think it sells with, I think it has to be holistic. You have to bring them both together.
Okay.
Definitely.
I mean, look at Greg Land. Whenever I read a Greg Land comic, I'm like, the art looks really pretty, but I just don't care about the story that goes along with it most of the time.
What was it? Venom Space Knight. Like Venom Space Knight looks fucking awesome, but it is the worst piece of shit. Like written, like just reading, you're like, this is just garbage, but it looks so awesome. It's There's definitely back and forth there.
They pull you in.
Yeah, because I picked that issue up for the first time, and I was just like, this looks really cool. Like I could dig on this. It's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy meets Venom stuff. And I was like, this is kind of cool. Looks great. Mm-hmm. Garbage story. Like it's just garbage.
I passed it up. I was really into Guardians of the Galaxy at that time, and just could not do it. I was like, why the hell is Venom here? And me personally, I'm a Captain Marvel fan. She's one of my favorite characters of all time, and you'll note that all the characters in my book are my favorite characters pretty much together.
Yeah.
So Leora is very similar to Captain Marvel. Frankenstein is obviously Frankenstein. And Dionysus does play like a John Constantine kind of role for the group. Right. So it's very interesting to get to take my take on some of those characters. But specifically, Guardians of the Galaxy pulled in Captain Marvel, which is the only reason I started reading it.
Right.
And then I realized that they were just putting her on the cover and they weren't actually putting her in the story at all. And I was like,
course.
I felt fucking cheated. I was like, what the hell is this shit? I just paid money for this comic,
Yeah. All right, Dwayne. Well, thanks for joining us. That's when I shake your hand.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to send in possibly our last guest here, we're kind of rounding the hour here.
Man, dude, I don't know anything about comics, so I was just
No,
silent,
it's cool. It's
silent
cool.
most of the time.
That's all right. Dwayne's comic book creator, and I'm huge into comics. If you can tell, like, there's my Swamp Thing toy here. I'm doing a Swamp Thing sleeve here in the future. I'm pretty excited about that.
Very cool, very cool.
Whoa, John!
What? I brought sherbet.
Hey, John, why don't you have a seat?
There's a bright light.
You're our last
Dang,
guest
dude,
here on
is-
today's podcast.
Dude, this setup is sweet.
What you eating there?
There's only orange left. That's a flavor I freaking hate.
John, you're kind of a special guest because I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I canceled and then I came.
It's cool. It's cool.
I'm John.
Hey, I'm Wes. Nice to meet you.
Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys gonna have any more Rocket League videos?
No, but I
Anytime
hear Ben and his roommate are doing a Rocket League. They're like practicing for actual championship stuff going on here.
He's so drama, man. I talked to him. He's like, "Yeah, I gave that up."
No, I just talked to him like a couple days ago. They're back on it, full bore. They need a third guy.
Oh, that's great. I just moved my computer and I have 180 latency. It is the worst experience of my life. So what are you guys covering? Or is it just kind of
Just
We're kind of
random,
interviewing
man.
everybody that sits down. So, what are you up to these days besides eating ice cream?
it's not ice cream, it's sherbet. But
That is true. It's different. It is different.
I am an apprentice carpenter. Hey, it's good
whoa,
to see
carpenter.
you, man. I haven't seen you.
I know, I haven't seen you in a really long time.
It's been a while. It's been too
Yeah.
long.
Did you get like married or something?
Yeah.
No.
I know I shouldn't probably say this, but I
Yeah.
guess since it's a party, we're expecting a kid. So
Oh!
Nice.
yeah,
Congratulations,
I'll
man.
do a web drop. Boom.
Web drop.
Yeah, dude.
It's cool. Nobody listens this far in the podcast anyway. You're 50 minutes in. Nobody's going to know you're having a kid.
You remember
Nobody.
Jake Chedzinski? Or Andre?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of like the parents that he stayed with sometimes.
Right.
He's my boss, so
Cool.
I'm about 2 years into it. Oh, man, I love it.
Yeah?
It's nothing like crawling in a crawl space with pink freaking
Yeah.
insulation all
Oh,
over.
God.
Are you still doing any photography?
Dabbling in it.
Yeah.
I'm finally biting the bullet, and I'm going to go to Photoshop. F Lightroom. Oh, my God.
Dude, Lightroom's awesome.
It is. It is.
Lightroom's great.
I love Lightroom, but
You need both. You have to have Photoshop and Lightroom.
oh, I called these people, uploaded a picture, and I said, "Look at the quality of the picture while it's loaded," and just like a thumbnail of it, and it must have been my computer is messing with the presets.
It's-
And,
Yeah, I have the exact same problem. My laptop, like I love my laptop, but the quality of my monitor is it's not like the quality's bad. It's just very blue. Like the lighting of it's really blue. So everything that I make, I like try to orange it up to like kind of contrast that blue.
Yeah.
But then when I see it on Facebook or something like on my phone or on my TV or something, I'm just like, God, it looks like garbage. It's super orange. Why is it so orange? It's
Man,
because
I wanted to get
this is
Photoshop
awful.
for so long, but it's just too expensive, man. It's too expensive, and I just want to spend my money on fucking shit that I need, like lenses and shit.
Shit that you need freaking Photoshop.
Well, I'm not.
He uses
I'm not a
Apple
photographer.
products. Yeah, he's a videographer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It's,
I
yeah.
love doing that in high school.
I like
just,
it.
like making stupid videos.
Right. Yeah, we're
Not
actually.
that you're so I'm sorry. Anyways,
No, my videos are very stupid.
We're in the process right now of taking all of our stupid videos from high school and converting them to digital, like all the VHS tapes we got.
that'd be
That would
great.
be
Those are gonna
cool.
start showing
Oh
up
my
in
gosh,
my
dude.
vlogs.
Oh, I talked to Dave Chambers because we did this one for Econ. Oh my gosh, it was who was it? It was Nate and I. We did the Prodigy Prod.
Yeah.
Well, we did one in an Econ. It was the kitty collar, and it was even worse. It's like a radius for your kid. Oh, it was so sad.
Man, I made a stupid video like that for school one time. Me and Zach Jenis, and I don't even remember what it was. He sung a song. It was about science class, and then like I jumped off the roof of my house. I didn't even jump off. I like jumped and then stopped the camera and then started it again when I was laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But
Yeah, me and a friend, Derek, made a stupid like superhero thing for a Mr. Moore class. in,
Oh,
in
dude,
high school.
Mr. Moore had like the coolest classes.
Dude, he had great classes.
Oh, so much
It's sad he's
fun.
not there anymore.
What? Oh yeah, they moved.
They moved.
Man, this is like a class reunion, man. But nobody came. The girls never came.
It's cool. We never had a class reunion because nobody came.
Yep.
Nobody bought tickets, so we didn't
Really?
have one. Yep.
damn, mine's coming up next year.
Don't get me wrong. Our class had a lot of pride. We just didn't necessarily like everyone.
Nobody cared.
Yeah.
I almost had our own class reunion. I was just called everybody and was like, "Hey, you guys
Oh,
want
like
to
a
do this?"
morp.
Yeah, just a morp. Yes, a morp.
Like a reunion backwards would be.
I don't know. We used to have a thing instead of going to prom, we had a morp, which is prom backwards.
Nice.
We had morp. Yeah, which was a really fun time. It was just all of us close friends getting together and having like a dance in somebody's house instead.
What, you guys didn't have a prom for your a legit prom or
No,
what?
I mean the school had a prom, but
Oh,
we
but you guys
we
like,
bailed
fuck
on
that.
prom and we had a
Right.
morp. But we had like a backdrop and like a dance and stuff. It was just at somebody's house.
Very cool.
Oh, I
It was
didn't
fun.
hear you. I didn't watch you guys' review on the Batman and Superman movie.
Batman v Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, where Wonder Woman got introduced.
Yeah.
I was really sad about that one. That was like the only comic I was like a diehard reading about.
Yeah.
The introduction of Apocalypse.
Of
Did I say his name wrong? No, I didn't.
it's
Doomsday.
yeah, there you go. So Apocalypse is Marvel, Doomsday. Yeah. Yeah. It was garbage, just so you know. The movie's garbage. It was garbage. It's utter garbage.
I haven't seen
That's
it.
the very first episode that went up on our channel, and you haven't
It was
watched
like-
anything?
it was
so
like
what you're saying is
exact-
you haven't watched our show.
It was the exact opposite of Star Wars Battlefront. You know, like everything was there. The video, the graphics, like even the gameplay was great. But it was just like 20 hours into it. 20 minutes into it. It's just sad.
Yep, yeah, it's like, and now I'm done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to your parkour video. With you,
Parkour,
Charlie
video.
and Matt. You're doing some mech game. And you're like, oh, parkour, more parkour,
all right.
parkour.
Oh yeah, that was Titanfall 2. Yes, lots of parkour in that game. That's a really good gameplay. Yeah, we're trying to find our niche here in the gameplay episodes. We're trying to figure out what we are still after a year and a half of doing it, but we're having a lot of fun with it.
Cool.
Just like reviews in general of like all genres.
Yeah, I mean we just play a different game every single week, so it's like we're trying to figure out. The show's about the comedy. It's not about the video game.
Right.
What about, okay, this is for your movie reviews. I've always had this question and I never have asked you. Why don't you guys ever do like old movies, like a rewatch
used
of
to.
like
We used to. I had a show called Rewatch.
Yeah, I thought so. That's why I just said that. I'm like, wait, that's a
Yeah, I
thing.
had a show called Rewatch where and we used to It was just time. Just not have the time for it because the rewatch episodes. I didn't want to review it. What I wanted to do was basically spoil the whole thing, but also talk about how the movie was made.
Have you seen Psycho?
Yeah.
I saw that last year. Wow, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with rewatches though, they have to be.
Oh, Apocalypse.
Every
He's from
time.
X-Men.
Yes.
I'm such an idiot. Sorry, backtracking.
but like we did Jaws rewatch because it was Shark Week.
Okay,
we
I
did,
remember that.
We
now.
did Pete the Magic Dragon because they were doing a new one. You know, so we did.
Dude, I think
rewatch of
that's a
that
great
one.
idea. I think you should bring it back.
Yeah, I mean we keep
Especially with all the
Joe
fucking
Dirt 2?
remakes, dude. Oh, that's
yeah with
terrible.
remakes it's easy.
Why would you ever watch that?
That was the worst movie
oh my
ever
gosh.
made.
What movie?
The worst movie ever
Trilogies
made.
are
Joe Dirt 2.
the
Oh.
worst thing.
So
Well,
bad. No,
You-
I mean,
after-
there's fucking bad sequels, and then that movie was. Oh my god, I don't
Yeah,
know
but the
how
movie
it got
was-
out of the
No,
fucking.
no. The discussion needs to be about why would you even watch that?
'Cause
Why
I'm
would
a
you
huge-
spoil such a pure movie?
Oh,
such
the first Joe Dirt will never be spoiled
do's,
for me.
Whisker don'ts.
I know, right? The first movie will never be spoiled for me.
you should have known it was going to be bad because the movie was released on Crackle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it came out on Crackle. Like that's who made it was Crackle.
I gave a dude.
Oh my gosh.
I gave a dude $3 at work, and he fucking just put it on a disc for me.
Crackle is free. It's a free app with free movies.
That's
What
me
was the
though,
other
dude. I
bad
just
one?
give away all my money for free.
What is it? With Ferrara and Blue Steel.
Oh, Zoolander
The
2.
second one. Oh,
Yeah.
so sad.
Same with Dumb and Dumber 2. I mean, they're all.
Dude, I
Did you
fucking
know
hope that Super Troopers 2
Something I
isn't
found
like that.
out that I think is true. When Canon went digital, they reworked their mounting. And Nikon, supposedly, you can mount lenses all the way back into like the 80s and stuff.
With
No
Nikon?
shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And Canon, I don't know the name of the company.
I can use a lens. I have a lens from the
Fun
90s
fact
that mounts
for
on
the
my
day,
camera.
back in 1987, when
You were born?
yeah, when they were the
I was born that year, too.
first company to develop automatic focus, and they beat out some company with an F name, and that's what established
Fiji?
that.
Fuji?
No, it's something else. Yeah, it's in the
Frank's
past,
cameras.
ancient history apparently.
Oh.
What is it?
Yeah, Canon has sweet autofocus, dude. My 70D is fucking.
Your 70D is great. My autofocus is garbage.
Dude,
so
my
that's fine.
autofocus is the shit. I'm scared
Yeah,
to
that's why I
fucking
borrowed
go.
that.
I'm scared to even go to a better camera just because of that. Yeah, I've gotten so used to it. Like I don't know. I'm scared if I ever got like a 1D and I had to
I want a
fucking learn
1D
how to
so bad.
manually focus everything, I would just.
Oh, have you
suck
seen the?
bad.
Have you seen the? Wow, it's so weird talking to photographers. I've never had that conversation like this. They have a holster now that like rotates. You can have like up to 3 lenses on there. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
man,
saw that. I saw
That'd be great if I was serious about it. You know,
I don't
Like,
even
I'd have a
have-
holster, but I'd only have like one lens to like. Oh,
I don't even
guess I'll
have a one holster, man. I usually carry them in my backpack, and I have 2 side slots, and I keep the lens on my camera and the other lens I have in there. And
It's
I
cool.
just
I
swap
only
them
use
out.
my one lens. Like I have lost my lens cap. The cap to my camera and the back cap to that lens. I don't know where the
Yeah.
fuck they're at. So they're just always connected.
There's actually something on the lanyard that when you put it in your bag, you're supposed to put it over the. Like you're supposed to take the little thing off your viewfinder. And
Right.
Cover that. I never do that.
Yeah. I don't either.
I don't either.
It's fine. There's too much shit in my way. I just keep
You
it
have a
basic.
70D?
Yeah.
So jealous.
Really? Man, I want a fucking like a 5D or a 1D.
I want a 1D.
I
That's what I
want
want.
something
I want
more updated than 2006 Rebel.
Yeah,
No. Sorry. 2012.
Yeah, so yours is newer than that. Which one is it? The T what?
I think it's T3i.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's like when Rebel first came out.
Right, mine's the T5i. I mean, mine's not like too far ahead of yours.
I'm in dire need of getting a new lens though, dude. I still use my kit lens for most things
Dude,
that I film.
your lens that you bought's fucking awesome, and you need to.
Well, it's a wide angle, and I only bought that for vlogging. But
right.
I mean, it's a good lens. It's just I'm
vlogging.
I'm just here when you do that wedding coming up. I'll just trade you
vlogging.
lens for the weekend, okay?
Dude, I'm down for that. Yeah,
I'll trade you lens for the weekend
because I need a good low light lens like that.
The last time I was in this room, I was drunker than a skunk.
This room?
Yes.
I bet you were.
Watching what is it? That TV show about notorious gangs. Gangland.
Gangland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Watch that.
All right, John.
Do I have to send? Oh yeah, there's other people. Hey,
cool.
it's nice meeting
Hey,
you, man.
dude, yeah, nice meeting you.
Cool. We're actually gonna wrap this thing up. So you're our last guest.
Yes.
There's someone out there who's like sitting and thinking about everything they were gonna say, and now they're just not
done.
coming.
We're over an hour. We're calling it.
I made it on your podcast. Pretty cool.
It's cool. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad that you showed up randomly here at the end.
Right?
It's cool. We'll talk to you here in a
I'm
minute.
sorry I didn't share anything.
No, it's cool,
you're fine,
man.
dude. It's cool. You ate ice cream. It's great. Yeah.
It's sherbet.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sherbet.
All right. Let's outro this thing. All right. Thanks for joining us this week on the Rad Podcast. I'm Tony Walters.
I'm Wes Carter.
You can follow me.
I'm John Zahrt.
You can follow us at Rad Entertain on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook. You can follow myself at TonyWalters_.
And you can follow me at youtube.com/20 Wes Carter. And
hey, we're also on
That's
iTunes. I'm sorry. I keep
Follow
forgetting. I
me
forget.
down Riverside.
I also started a new channel for wedding videos. It's just WC Weddings. And so yeah, if you need a wedding shot, give me a call.
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys next time right here on the Rad Podcast.